magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Ang topic po natin ngayon ay with regard to the conduct of special election this coming May 14. And we will present to you the areas and the reasons why. At the same time, the PNP action to be taken by the Philippine National Police. On the first slide, summary, the issues are number one, no printed ballots, misdelivered official ballots, lacking official ballots, and security concerns. And out of the 52, there are 52 total affected clustered precincts. And the total number of affected registered voters is 17,657. From the no printed ballots, 436, misdelivered official ballots, 1,298, lacking official ballots, 649, and for security concern, 15,074. Total of 17,657. On the areas without security concern, the reason of which is the no printed official ballots in Barangay Gabi, Cordova, Cebu. Our action taken is we will augment forces on the area. And the reason of which is that out of the 772 affected registered voters, 336 were directed to cast their votes in the nearby polling place within the same voting center, while 436 were not able to vote because there are no more available official ballots. Next. For Barangay Alobo, Santa Cruz, Marinduque, Region 4B, no elections conducted waiting for the swapping and reprinting of official ballots because the ballots were misdelivered. Again, the action of the Philippine National Police, the regional director himself is there in Marinduque to supervise the activity, augmentation of additional PNP personnel in that particular area. In Barangay Malabag, Maitong, Sarangani, again, misdelivered official ballots, no election conducted waiting for the swapping and reprinting of official ballots. The action again of the PNP is to provide additional personnel in the particular area. Next is Barangay Mabuyong, Anini, Antique, Anini. Parang, di ba pag Bisaya, Nini, no? Nini, Anini. Parang si Ay, Anini. Ay. Barangay Mabuyong, Anini, Antique, lacking official ballots. 268 voters were not able to vote. Again, same action to be taken by the Philippine National Police. We will augment or add additional personnel in that particular area. Same with Barangay Insubuan, San Remeo, Antique, lacking official ballots. 24 voters were not able to vote. And we will again deploy more personnel in that particular area. On the other hand, there are also some areas with security concern, particularly in Barangay Rojas, Lope de Vega, Northern Samar. Election Supervisor Gulay requested for a formal declaration of failure of election and recommended that a special election will be held on May 10. But ang election na natin ngayon sa ating special election, of course, is May 14. Ang action taken namin is the local police there will not perform the usual security so as to avoid the perception yung any activities or perception that there's partisan politics there. So that's the reason why other units will be deployed in that particular area. Same, the PNP trainees will be utilized as SBIs. there will be a possible deployment from the Armed Forces of the Philippines of some of their units, so that based also on the assessment on the ground by the field commanders, if necessary. In Barangay Nagpapakaw, Matuginaw, Western Samar, the same, Region 8. This is again election concern or security concern. The local PNP again will not be allowed to secure the place, and augmentation from other forces will be deployed. The same with Binidayan, Lanao del Sur. Alam natin yung Binidayan, di ba? Yun unang na-report noon na nagkaroon ng failure of election. Next is the areas in Patas, Sulu. Barangays, but 6, tapos 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lang. Lahat ng mga actions taken dito is based on the recommendation of the election supervisor. And we have the same action to be taken by the Philippine National Police. In Panglima, Estino, Sulu, again, the same concern, security concern, and our trainees will be again utilized as special Board of Election Inspectors. And the last is in the Lanao del Sur. 3 barangays, Dilausan, Bangon, and Sumalan. Same issue, security concern, and the same action to be taken by the Philippine National Police. So far, this is our report for today with regard to the special election that will be conducted in May 14. All RDs involving this activity, regions 4B, 6, 7, and 8, and 12, and the autonomous region of Muslim Mindanao was already directed by the Directorate for Operation based on the instruction of the Chief of the Philippine National Police to be ready on this activity on May 14. There is already a draft memorandum for this, which in context, kasama yun. And the action taken by the Philippine National Police. Thank you. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Maraming salamat at andito po kayo ngayon. Yes, nandito.
Sir, taken all together yung mga report mo concern. Anong base ng PNP? Is this a cause of, is there any cause of alarm or reason for PNP to get alarmed doon sa mga reports na binasa mo as to compare it with the past elections sa dati yung mga reports na binabanggit mo?
There's no cause for alarm naman dito. Nakahanda naman ang Philippine National Police. And actually, noon pa ito natin na actually na-monitor pa. Dumating lang yung mga ibang reports lately. But for the past days, since May 8, 9, and 10, nakita na natin ito. And ang nag-declare naman dito is ang COMELEC. But the Philippine National Police has been prepared for this. Actually, yung iba nga, di ba, yung ibang areas na nilagyan natin ng special Board of Election Inspectors. And with regard to the preparation of the Philippine National Police, we have been on the ground and focus on this kind of preparation to ensure that the election will push through in these areas. No cause for alarm for the public because as of now, nakafocus lahat ng attention dito, especially the Philippine National Police in coordination with the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Yes, Leia.
Sir, yung mga binanggit mong mga lugar, di ba meron tayo mga involvement na mga tauhan ng PNP? So hanggang ngayon, nandun pa rin sila?
Yes, yung ibang areas na hindi pa tapos at itong area na to, dadagdagan pa natin. But ang concept of operation ng ating Directorate for Operation is much as possible, yung mga local police na taga roon is hindi silang i-deploy but yung mga augmentation from other units just like the provincial or the regional headquarters. Pwede namang i-shift yun kasi by regions naman yan. That's the reason why the memorandum was directed to the regions because the regional director can shift forces from other provinces to that other province which is affected by the special election.
Sir, meron mga police na deserve as SBI?
Yes, yun ang nabanggit sa action to be taken by the Philippine National Police. Maghahanda pa tayo ng mga Special Board of Election Inspectors just in case wala uling pumunta doon ng mga mga regular na Board of Election Inspectors. Again, the same situation previously na hinahanda natin ang ating mga police just in case hindi pupunta o umattend yung mga regular BEIs.
Sir, natanggap na ba ng bawat police yung kanilang allowance for the election?
Bago pa mag-deploy, IAS naibigay na sa ground. Actually, during the time na nagkaroon ng naibigay sa atin ng COMELEC yun is, sabi nga ng ating Chief ng Philippine National Police, ang priority natin is sa field because sila yung mga workforce sa baba and immediately before deployment ay binigay na yun sa mga respective commanders on the ground.
So, for follow-up, sir, now we have a special election. Are we going to see additional allowance? So, mga places lang naman ang pressure.
We will check with the commanders on the ground kung wala mang yan ang tinitingnan natin because we always look for the welfare of our people. Katulad nga nito, may special election. This is an additional duty for them. We will coordinate with DC, but definitely additional funds will be released in consideration with the effort or additional activity of our policemen. Nevertheless, sa amin nga, ang pamantayan namin is meron wala, is tutuparin namin ang aming tungkulin. Yung binigay sa bawat isa na kaukulang pondo ay gagamitin yun. Kung meron mang darating, then mas nakakabuti naman. But we will live, we will perform our duty kung ano ang meron, what we have.
Naubos ba yung money na binigay from sa inyo ng mga? Naubos ba yung lahat?
Sa ngayon, I cannot answer that question, but definitely after usually pag may mga major activities naman tayo, just like po BC at APEC, we declare what was suspended and definitely magkakaroon tayo ng report dyan after the election. We will show it to you kung paano distribution again.
Sabi ni Chief, diba sir, hinihingi pa sila ng dagdag ng Congress. Nadagdagan din ulit.
Wala na kami natanggap na pondo, pero sabi nga ng ating Chief PNP, kung meron din na magpapasalamat tayo, but kung wala naman is we live with what we have. Palagi namang ang PNP is nag-perform ng duty despite na pondo natin is not really that sufficient.
Sir, majority dun sa mga affected cluster precincts ay security concerns yung dahilan kung bakit nagdadaloy. What assurance do we give for this time, these special elections na this won't be any more concern or this won't hinder yung special elections?
Ang nakikita natin is siguro security adjustment again. Kaya nga meron tayo, prior to the election, meron tayong ina-identify election watch list of areas so that our forces will be shifted on that specific areas. Dadagdagan pa natin ngayon based dito sa mga experience na ganito na meron mga nangyayaring ganun is in the future again is siguro ang security adjustment natin again is dadagdagan natin ng pwersa. But ang nakikita kasi natin dito is hindi lang din naman puro tayo force ang ipapakita, but siguro yung engagement natin with the candidates and the voting populace. Kung makikita natin dito is may mga nangyayari na shooting incident or mga ballot snatching. So siguro it's a matter also of giving information, dissemination, engagement to candidates na ginagawa rin natin na best practices sa ibang area. Siguro yun ang ating mga experience na pwede nating i-apply sa ibang lugar, especially dito sa focused area natin.
But sir, do we have enough time to prepare in terms of security? Kasi hindi yung tapos ilang days na may 14 na naman. Hindi nga natin na-foresee yung mga ganong events. Hindi na ito. Kaya pa ang nagagawin natin sa prepare for election. And yet, nangyari pa rin yung mga interest of security. Do we still have enough time for them to adjust?
we will do our best. It's always. Ang PNP naman is at one signal pag isang sabi is gumagalaw kami. We will deploy necessary and sufficient troops in that particular area. Meron mga reserve troops naman tayo not only sa national headquarters but meron naman sa regions. As you can see, mga areas ng barangays naman to at ang iba dito is mga malalapit din naman na probinsya just like Marinduque and Antique. Ang isang tinitingnan natin dito, of course, sa Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao. And we can get forces from the nearby regions as of now.
So that's the adjustment that you gave with dagdag tayo ng 12 sa mga lugar.
That's yun ang briefing ko kanina. That's nakalagay nga doon.
Ilan, sir? Kailangan.
We do not give specific numbers of personnel because that is a tactical matter. Yan ang palaging sinasabi sa amin sa inyo pag deployment is hayaan muna natin yung mga commanders sa ground. Ang atin doon is bantayan natin at masiguro natin na safe yung lugar na yun. Again, we are 160,000 strong PNP and we are committed for that. If we will be directed to pull out some forces on the ground to put on that particular place, we will do so.
But that also includes mga operatives,
Kung ano yung kinakailangang ilagay doon, din lalagay natin. Other units naman hindi naman necessary to be on that particular place, hindi naman. Security personnel in polling places are the most important personnel in this kind of activity. So may makikita sila na mga nagbabantay sa presinto, may mga quick reaction team just in case may mangyari pa ulit. Then andyan naman ang ating mga kapulisan. Ms. Lea.
So dun sa mga lahat na binanggit mo kanina na magkakaroon ng special elections on May 14, is it necessarily na lahat ng magiging DEI doon ay police? And if not, ilan doon sa lugar na yun na ang magiging DEI ay police?
Depende yun again sa requirement ng COMELEC. Ang amin naman is pinaghahanda namin ang aming mga tao just in case sila na naman ang i-deploy. As of now, wala pa tayong specific na instruction kung ilang i-deploy. Just like yung, excuse me, kagaya nung sa Region 10, may specific tayo, di ba? Tsaka sa Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao dahil na-identified ka agad natin doon. As of now, anyway, mga ilan namang lugar na to, then nakahanda naman sa regional headquarters yung mga trainees natin. In that particular time, posibleng yung mga ginamit nito, i-deploy din sa particular lugar. Again, my directive na sa mga regional directors and by now, they are already preparing for that.
Ano yung yung sa mga areas na may security concern? Ano yung mga grupo doon na pwedeng manggulo sa PNPA, private armed groups, or
Kung titingnan natin doon sa particular area, gaya ng Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao, well, mga presence naman kasi ng threat groups dyan is meron dyan, karamihan is yung sa MNLF, PIFF, ASG. So the normal threat groups, kung meron ba mga PAGs na namomonitor, but again, regardless of the threat, kung anong threat group sila, ang importante doon is makapag-deploy tayo ng sapat na puwersa at kung anumang threat group yun, definitely hindi sila dapat maka-istorbo o maka-disrupt ng ating election sa particular na lugar na yun. Okay?
Kasama, sir, di ba?
Yes, meron nga siguro na yung napabalitaan natin na kaya nga yung isa rin namatay doon, nabanggit nga ng ating spokesman ng Force of the Philippines, isang sundalo doon sa Sama.
Sir, yung kaya video mo.
Yeah. Sir, may ano ba siya?
I don't have personal knowledge with regards to the warrant of arrest. We'll check with the Directorate for Intelligence if he has as regard to that.
But then, sir...
Pagkas na tao ay may warrant of arrest.
Yeah. Yeah, sige.
Question?
Go.
Sir, kunyari, isang tao ay may warrant of arrest, tapos na kita siya dito sa anong immediate reaction ng PNP?
Kung assuming halimbawa in a particular situation, assuming theoretical, a person has a warrant of arrest, then definitely the law enforcer which is directed by the court to enforce such a warrant will arrest such person.
Sir,
So, pagdating niya, maharangin sa airport,
Paano po?
paano magiging?
Okay. siguro ang pinakamaganda is let us give chance to the new administration of what to do.
Kasi sir, paano po mismo ang chief executive yung nag-invite sa doon sa taong may existing warrant of arrest?
And that's the reason why, sabi ko nga, huwag nating pangunahan ang programa ng bagong administrasyon. Merong mga programa ang bagong darating na administrasyon. I think it would be better to wait. What are their programs really? Doon nakikita natin na ang patunguhan nito, lalong-lalo sa peace and order, is yun ang priority niya. So siguro mas maganda bago tayo magbigay ng mga anong perception is that let us give them chance. They have their own programs. And let us see what would be that program.
Sir, we all know, sir, na malapit ang incoming president sa NPA. In fact, yung mga police na silang pinigil na. So, any reaction lang in terms of what if bigyan nila, or I mean, paboran ng presidente, ang NPA, paano kapag yung mga yun pa, may pending warrant, alright, PNP, anong magiging reaction? I mean, trabaho na na, PNP na pa-arrest ko na. So what if we take it
Kagaya na nabanggit ko nga kanina pa, bigyan natin ng pagkakataon sila. We have been anticipating on this kind of statements. Siguro mas maganda, hintayin natin ang panahon nito. May mga programa sila, may mga patakaran sila, may policy sila. Then let us wait. Meron tayong, kumbaga, we are bounded by the Constitution. We are bounded by laws. As a leader of this country, pag sumumpa ka, susundin mo yung batas na yon. That's why we have Constitution. And being the leader of this country, when you shown your duty to follow the law, then siguro doon lang ang premise natin. Hintayin natin yun bago tayo maghusga kung ano man dapat ginagawin.
Sir, isa lang. Pag tinatanong si Mayor Go kung sino ang hawak ng PNP MEDIA BRIEFING, personally sinasabi na lang ispinang siya. Do you think, sir, malaking tulong yun? Since alam naman natin na ang priority na is an order din.
Yun ang programa ng ating magiging Pangulo na tututok siya sa peace and order. And base sa experience niya sa Davao City at yung mga pinapatupad niya noon, malaking tulong sa Philippine National Police. Yung mga programa at polisiya niya doon ay malaking inputs kung sakaling anuman ang present nating mga concept of operation or policy programs na ginagawa natin ngayon. And that would really help sa ating programs ngayon, present state ng Philippine National Police o yung campaign natin against crime. Kung yun man ang kanyang balakid is that siya magsusupervise sa atin sa Philippine National Police is bilang Pangulo, siya ay mayroong authority, may kapangyarihan siya para i-supervise ang Philippine National Police. And again, what happened in Davao, if replicated in all over the countries, napakalaking bagay po sa peace and order sa ating bansa. At of course, malaking tulong sa Philippine National Police.
Sir, may mga local ordinances ng Davao like the ban, in review, that will be implemented nationwide or even sa spokesperson, presumptive president that will delegate. Would it help curb crime?
Ang titingnan siguro natin yung, kumbaga, tanong question din is kung ito'y nangyari sa Davao City at bumaba ang kanilang crime volume, crime rate, why not all over the country?
So we welcome.
On the part of the Philippine National Police being the law enforcement agency, if that action would really curb crimes, then it would help our campaign against crime. Malaking tulong yun. Unang-una is kung ang isang ibang mga cause dyan, especially sa liquor ban, is especially sa physical injuries, yan ang nagiging cause. And in some cities, which personally I experience, ako mismo because of the ordinance, binabawal ko nag-iinom sa kalsada. Because nakikita natin na through that is doon nag-aaway ang mga tao sa kalsada, and isang away is one count yun sa crime volume. Now, if we can reduce that all over the country, then definitely bababa yung ating crime volume, especially on physical injuries. Not only physical injuries, of course, baka yung mga iba pang crimes. Again, if it will help really curb crimes, that would be a good program.
What about
Sa mga
curfew, especially to minors?
Ibang ano lang.
Curfew, kung ang question din is, ano naman ang ginagawa ng minors sa gabi, kalsada? Why should be there in that particular place? They should be at home, supervised by their parents. Again, that would be a positive program kasi dapat yung minor ay dapat sa bahay at inaalagaan ng magulang, tinuturuan para basically, sabi nga dyan is a common sense or a practical reason is that pag maaga ka sa bahay, maaga ka matutulog, mag-aaral ka, kinabukasan, maayos ang gising mo. And minors should not be really in the streets, especially during nighttime, because some people will take opportunity sa kanila. So siguro it's really a good program if minors will not be allowed, especially on that particular time.
Sir, yung mga ordinances ngayon na possibly nationwide na pagpapaan ng smoking ban, will it entail additional job sa mga police? Entail additional budget? Kailangan ba?
May mga lugar kasi sa ating bansa na mayroon ng mga ganung ordinansa and pinapatupad din yun ng ating mga kapulisan. Then, considering kung yan magiging program national, again, the effort of that particular program should not only focus on the enforcement. It would be, sabi nga natin, kung nakikita natin, yung whole government approach very effective. So kung ang programa natin is yung sa minors, siguro ang ating din kausapin ay local government, at the same time other organization, to convince the parents and to convince the community to cooperate with the law enforcement. Para naman, not only huli tayo ng huli, minsan pag binitawan din ng magulang, wala rin nangyayari. Of course, it's whole government approach, not only the Philippine National Police law enforcement agencies, andyan yung DSWD, but basically the community represented by the parents, by the, of course, yung iba pang ahensya ng gobyerno o other non-government organization that would influence the parents and the children themselves to not to go out at night would be very a great help for the law enforcement side. So sa mga programang ito ay napakalaking papel din ang iba-ibang ahensya ng gobyerno and malaking tulong sa Philippine National Police in enforcing this kind of policies.
So, doon sa problema ng krimen, nararamdaman na ba ng PNP yung sinasabi, once na ma-elect si Bigo, marami nang tatahimik na mga criminal groups. Naramdaman naman itong past days na right after the election.
Sa ngayon naman, I think it's too early pa, Raymond, to assess the situation considering that ilang araw pa lang naman tayo. But policies changes from time to time and as of now it is geared towards the pronouncement of the incoming president. So yung mga polisiya na ating ginagawa ngayon is papunta na doon sa ngayon. But as regard to your questions, I think it's too early for us to determine that kind of assessment.
So yung mga plus 85 ready na magpa-under sa plus 86.
Sa amin naman, sa organisasyon ng Philippine National Police is meron kaming sinusunod na kumbaga structure, chain of command. There are also cases na even yung underclass ay nagiging PNP. And for so many years, alam na din yan, na ang isang underclass is nagiging pinuno at base sa aming kumbaga kultura, tradisyon, we always follow the leader and what policy that he will make. Because hindi naman ang tinitingnan dyan yung tao ang tinitingnan dyan yung opisina. It's always the office of the chief, not basically the person, but our respect for whom he is appointed by the President of our Republic.
Sir, last question on
Yes.
Sir, going back to sa ordinances, yung mga ordinances ngayon sinabi niyo may advantages and then nagkakatupad na rin sa ibang mga lugar. Do you think it will be easy for us na to implement it nationwide?
Sa ngayon, dahil nga yung iba naman ng mga syudad ay nag-i-implement yan, magiging madali dun sa mga lugar na nagpapa-implement at may mga ordinansa. Doon naman sa mga hindi, little adjustment for them. But ang PNP naman is once policy is handed down and issued by the higher headquarters, and then definitely those on the lower units will follow that particular directive. But again, marami na ring mga lugar na mayroong mga ganung mga ordinansa and dito sa Metro Manila. And kumbaga, konting adjustment na lang sa part nila. But ang in-emphasize lang natin is the community, the parents, the other members of the society would be a great help for the law enforcement in this kind of policies.
Sir, what I can see is kasi in Davao, yung police doon conscious of what the LGU has as ordinance nila, di ba? Pero in other part of the country, parang hindi ganun pa-conscious yung mga police natin. On ano ba yung local ordinance that should be implemented? So, hindi mo dapat yung i-revisit kung ano dapat yung ordinance to be done by the PNP and the LGU.
Ako, Cecil, ng Chief of Police din ako sa isang LGU na conscious sa mga regulations and policies. Ang masasabi natin, sabi ko kanina emphasize natin is that this is not only a law enforcement issue. The LGU, the Chief Executive of that particular city or municipality has a great role in implementing such policies. Kaya kailangan yan kumbaga kooperasyon, kaya nga napakahalaga yung all government approach. But with the direction of the President, these LGUs will likely follow that directive. And once everybody is conscious with this kind of policy, lahat naman tayo susunod. I think this is high time for us to really show only not to our country but also to the world that indeed we can follow this kind of policies. Ang nakikita natin na kumbaga bottom line policy ng ating magiging bagong presidente ay disiplina. And that discipline will really hand it down up to the level of the minors kasi kaya nga in-emphasize niya. Siguro sa paunti-unti natin itong paglalagay ng mga ganitong policies that madidevelop ito. On the other hand, I again emphasize that law enforcement side will contribute on that particular policy, but also we emphasize on the contribution also of other sectors of the society, government, non-government, and of course the community, the parents, especially on the minor issue. Yes, definitely, because we can see that yung policy nga is geared down towards discipline. Okay, thank you, maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikinig sa ating programa. It's 11:49.
Are we live via YouTube?
Live by
Via Skype.
Para po sa inyo lahat.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Madami estudyante ko na.
Yes, sir. Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th nga pala. Wala akong specific topic, but I will entertain questions from Jerk. And may questions, you know? Yeah.
Sir, meron kami nakukuhang ano?
Yes,
May cases po ba si John Masiso?
Ilang years po ongoing nakapile.
Merong, there is an existing warrant of arrest sa kanya, tsaka sa kay Mr. Landone. Hindi ko alam yung specifics, but I was informed na meron.
Everything warrant of arrest?
Yeah, warrant of arrest.
Warrant.
So we're going to arrest him once he expect from the police.
Sir?
Okay, dito tayo sa premise. Question is, basic question ni Aya hapon. Ang tao bang may warrant of arrest ay iulihin, di ba?
Yes.
Sige, kung may warrant of arrest, yes, because that is provided by law. And the police has no option but to implement the law because we are a law enforcer. But there are instances that even though you have a warrant of arrest, hindi inuhuli. And that is when you are part of the peace process. These persons are given safe conduct pass.
Okay.
This happened in the past. Alam na alam ni Joy.
Sa under Jasig, sir.
You see? Alam ni Alam na yun. So, define Jasig. Ano ba yung Jasig?
Joint agreement on immunity and safety guarantee.
Yun! Galing! Accepted sa May we ask?
Kakanda na yan. Kakanda na yan.
Galing, galing.
Kakanda na yan.
Depends kasi. Yeah, that's correct. Merong
Spokesman yan.
ulitin natin.
Kaya ni Church
Kahit general lang tayo, general. So, generally speaking, when a person is warrant of arrest, based on the order of the court, then he will be arrested by the police. Any law enforcement agencies are provided by law because this is an order of the court. But there are instances wherein, even though you have a warrant of arrest, the law enforcement agencies are directed not to arrest them because they're members of the peace panel. Because of the peace process ongoing, and they're given safe conduct pass. Masama yan sa programa ng government.
So meaning, these two have safe conduct pass.
Sa ngayon is hindi pa natin masasabi yun as of now. But you can see because based on the pronouncement of the presumptive president is that we are geared towards the peace process.
Pero sir, the AFP has been denying, or actually there's no proof in terms of yung mga pangalan nga nila Dono, nila Domahito, included dun sa sinasabing peace plan, allegedly peace plan. They've been saying that for ilang years na, every time na issue ng NPA na. Yung authenticity din no, meron ng NPA, yung peace pact na ginawa nila dito. Hindi ganun, napaka-vague po yung any information.
Ay bago yung, we have a new administration and sabi ko nga, the policy of the administration will be geared towards the peace process and based on their pronouncement. So siguro bigyan natin nga sila ng pagkakataon. It's always give a chance to the incoming administration of what they will do. But sabi ko nga, sa premise natin na sinabi ko kanina, even though you have an existing warrant of arrest, but if you're a member of the peace process, the government will issue you a safe conduct pass for you not to be arrested by law enforcement agencies. And as you can see, the incoming administration is geared towards the peace process. Yun. If your question is whether they're member or ganun, ay tingnan natin pagdating na pag meron na silang
So, sir, yung
sila na ang nag-administer ng ating government.
So sa ngayon, sa inyo rin, hindi nyo alam, you're not sure kung part sila or not yung Jassy.
Sa ngayon, kasi kung yan may usapan mo na yan eh. There will be talks between the two parties. And sa ngayon nga, sabi ko nga is, sa ngayon naman, hindi mo sila makakal dahil sa ibang bansa sila. You cannot enforce that warrant of arrest because they're in different jurisdictions. But again, sabi nga, kung nakikita niyo naman na papunta tayo dun sa situation na yun eh. And again, we don't want to anticipate the plans of the incoming administration, but based on the experience na rin sa noon, ng mga panahon noon, pag miyembro ka ng peace process, peace panel, meron safe conduct pass na binibigay. And this is always shown sa mga law enforcement. At alam nyo, may kopya palagi ang mga operating units with regard to that. Their names are published, binibigay yung sa mga operating units. At nire-respeto yun ng bawat panig. Government at the same time nung sa kabila.
So sir, ibig sabihin hindi pwedeng umuwi si Joma hanggat wala pang gumugulong na peace process?
Technically yes, as of now. But yun nga, sabi natin is huwag muna nating i-anticipate yung mga plano ng ating incoming government. Kasi ang ating pinag-uusapan nga ngayon is papunta roon.
How about yung demand to free all the political prisoners or they go back to the negotiating table? Sir, ilan po ba yung nasa custody ng PNP ng mga kasama ni Joma, sir?
Wala akong bilang Don Joy sa ngayon, but dito sa atin is karamihan kasi na-arrest ko dito is by virtue of the warrant of arrest. May warrant lahat yan eh. Sabi ko nga is hindi pa natin yan masasabi ngayon kasi wala pa namang, kumbaga, specific instruction as regard to the particular talks kung ano mga policy na inihanap pa ng ating incoming administration. Again, sabi ko nga, let us give them a chance to set guidelines and policies with regard to this one.
May rebellion charges ba?
It doesn't matter naman na basta importante kasi yung question is warrant of arrest.
Specific cases, like
Wala akong idea dun sa kung anong specific case nila. Regardless of whether anong kaso yun, basta 16 yung information natin, may warrant of arrest, is yun nga, pag miyembro ka ng panel na designate ng kabilang party and government recognizes the government based on the agreement that will be made by the two parties, then you will be under the protection of that negotiation and safe conduct laws. Nangyari na yan noon pa. Okay. Maraming salamat, Joy, sa iyong inputs.
reaction lang, sir, in case na mapatupad na yung federalism. Ano pong mangyayari sa PNP? Ano po bang maganda ba ito? O, I mean, under a par, sir. Kasi alam ko pag federalism, bawat state may kanya-kanya ng police. Parang pinuwi, mabubuwag yung national network or something like that.
We have a constitution, and when you change the form of government, you need a process with regard to that. So it needs a legislative action. You change the constitution, you change the law, and then there's a process with regard to that.
In case, sir, in case na matuloy yun.
Federalism, kung titingnan lang natin let us look at the United States based on our college o high school subject. Tingnan natin na lang sa Google pala. Federalism, bawat state is merong sa sariling autonomy, may governor. At the same time, para din silang bansa Bansa sa isang bansa. They're state within that particular nation, and one of that is of course the United States, the model naman natin sa federalism. Sa part naman ng ating bansa is sa ngayon, di pa natin alam kung paano natin gagawin yung paghati-hati kung anong federal state na meron bawat bansa. Because sa ngayon is hindi pa natin alam yung paano gawin yun. We in the law enforcement side personally, because nasa law enforcement kami, siguro leave it to the lawmakers and the Congress to do that.
Sir, just going back to say, sir, kung sa kanilang si Joe, gano'ng ka-risky yung pag-uwi ni Joe para sa PNP, considering the fact na high profile si Joe?
What do you mean risky?
Security, sir.
Risky niya, risk namin. Who's risk?
Sir, risk niya.
Risk niya. Risk niya? Sabi ko nga, may nangyari na noon pa, na kung kasama ka sa face panel at meron kang safe conduct pass, then the government will assure you protection that you will not be arrested. So yun ang nilalagay dun sa agreement ng bawat parties. Yun ang, kumbaga this is based on what happened in the past, that there are talks between the NDF, the PNP, the panel, and the government of the Republic of the Philippines, GRP. Alam niyo yun. So, pagka nag-usap yung dalawang doon, meron mga provisions doon on the safety and security of the members of the panel. So, when you will commit with that kind of protection to them, then ina-assure natin na hindi sila basta-basta ma-arresto, and of course yung safety din ang buhay.
Sir,
Yes, George.
sir, yung sinasabi ni presumptive President Duterte that he will protect those cops who will kill criminals. So, how do we look at that, sir?
Malaking tulong ang motivation sa kapulisan yung general statement kasi yung church, protect. Protect, and the word there is protect and kill. I think we should, dapat mapanalin yan. Yung sa kanya, well, based on the pronouncement nga niya, yung kill kasi is in accordance yung sa sinasabi niya na, in accordance din yung sa batas. Sabi nga natin, si Mayor Duterte is the president, is a lawyer, is a prosecutor, alam niya yun eh. So, it is within that bounds of particular na yung defense of self-defense and defense of a stranger, and in the performance of duty. Kasi ang word na baka yung perception in the public that when you kill criminals, it's just by mere killing them. It is under the conditions that the police officer is doing his job, performance of duty, and of course under the bounds within that particular bounds of self-defense and self-defense of a stranger, kumbaga under the revised penal code. Yun ang in-emphasize niya. Kaya nga lang na-highlight because of that word. Malaking bagay sa police yun because protection in the sense that una-una is yung sa kaso. Kasi karamihan, ang basic example din is kung nagkakanda kami ng rape, and then automatic yung may kaso agad kami. And napakarami namin kaso sa ombudsman. Ako na-experience ko yan. Munting kibot, agad kaso. Kaso sa ombudsman, kaso sa GID, kung saan-saan. Napakalaking drain yun not only sa oras, gumawa ka ng counter affidavit, gumawa ka ng lawyer. So kung ito yung mga, kumbaga, the following conditions of the protection, malaking bagay sa police. That because the presumptive president is always thinking of the welfare and morale of the Philippine National Police. And it gives us, of course, the motivation to do more. Sabi nga ni Chief is to outdo ourselves in serving our the public with regard to that. Nabanggitin niya yung kahapon na siyempre, reciprocate yun when much is given to you, dapat more din yung i-serve mo. Kaya sa mga ganong sitwasyon is it will really boost the morale of the Philippine National Police because nakikita natin na merong in every performance of duty, andyan siya para tingnan tayo. Protectionan tayo sa mga, of course, especially dun sa mga cases na unnecessary.
We're talking about harassment cases.
Yes, mga harassment cases, especially harassment cases.
So, sir, hindi niya pwede maabuso naman yun. Kasi we know for a fact that things are happening like agaw pa rin yun nag-exist. I don't know. Hindi naman sir conclusive yun, pero may posibilidad na nangyayari yun in the past. So, hindi kaya sir mas maging rampant yung gano'n kasi the police knows for a fact that they're protected by the president. Because do that. Paano sir yung tawag dito? Due process.
Hindi naman nawawala yung regulation or batas. Kaya nga palaging, well, it's really, sabi ko nga, the popular word is due process. We also always observe that, whether he's a criminal or enforcer, kaya nga palaging ganun, even yung police nga na nakita na natin na, we know that may ginawa siya. We observe that kind of, because it's basically stated in the Constitution and the law. Sabi ko nga, abogado ng ating incoming president and knows it better. But sabi ko nga is, doon sa aming action with regard to sinasabi mong abuse. And then that's the reason why we have to emphasize also yung nabanggit ko na it is within the bounds of the particular law. It is the rules. Ngayon, kung kinakailangan gawin ng isang policeman because of that particular situation in defense of himself because he's performing his duty, then that gives you the right to kill a person because it is stated in that particular law. And you are in that particular situation. If all those conditions stated in that law are present during that particular situation, then there is no option for the particular officer to do. such thing. Kasi ang police is dapat sabi nga dapat ma-overcome mo yung criminal, hindi lang yung equal or force, dapat ma-overcome siya. So some reasonable force to be applied against that particular person doing or nag-violate ng batas, committing a crime, for the protection also of other persons.
Because Mayor Duterte is openly saying that he will use his clemency powers to, give clemency to policemen who will be jailed for performing their job, which is, to kill criminals. So, what about that, sir?
Malaking, sabi ko nga, malaking motivation yun. But ang pagkakaintindi natin is of course, doon siya bounded doon sa mga regulation ng batas. Yes.
Pero sir, natanong na siguro kayo in the past. So, how do you see the PNP directly handled by the President? Because Mayor Duterte is saying that he will handle the PNP directly. He will not give it to the BIMG, sir. So,
Nangyari niya actually in the past.
yes, sir.
I think parang hirap. Ganon din ang situation. And the President actually, kaya lang merong, kumbaga it is the discretion of the President to handle such particular agency. Any agency of the government actually. Naglalagay lang siya ng cabinet secretary, kaya nga nakalagay, ang secretary, partner secretary is the alter ego of the President. So the President has that discretion to even supervise that particular agency's own person. But because of the complexity of the government, he appoints somebody in his behalf to manage that particular agency. In so doing, if he decides or he opts to choose to manage it on his own, then he has that power.
But do you think, sir, it will be for the better of the PNP if the President himself is handling the police force, seeing the problems within the PNP, and making reforms directly na hindi na dumadaan sa proseso ng gobyerno na secretary, napulong, bago yung examiners?
Meron namang staff actually ang DILG that could assist the President in deciding or making policies. Nandiyan naman ang command group ng Philippine National Police. There is no problem with that kind of setup because as in the past that happened already, and we are a professional organization, we always follow what our chief, the chief executive say, or the commander-in-chief directs us to do. Wala kaming nakikitang problema doon.
Pero sir, may kaibahan ba? Tulad sinasabi ko nangyari na in the past. May kaibahan ba paghawak ng direkta ng Presidente yung PNP kumpara sa direktang hawak ng Sekretary ng BIMG PNP?
It depends on the management. Sa management, siguro babagsak ang George. But kung ang tatanungin mo sa organization, would it be a problem to part of the organization? There is none. Walang problema doon kasi ang Presidente naman talagang kumbaga leader, siya ang boss natin lahat. I mean, namin, in terms of sa hierarchy. Kaya nga lang, in management, sabi nga is somebody in his behalf should act on his directive because he is so burdened with so many other problems, not only the PNP, napakarami pang ahensya ng gobyerno. And that's the reason why naglalagay tayo ng kumbaga ng isang tao na pinagkakatiwalaan natin na mag-manage in our behalf. But sa kanya, pinili niya na siya na mismo ang mag-manage ng isang particular agency, just like the Philippine National Police. Sa amin is walang problema yun.
Pero sir, you think in terms of resources, mas madaling kayo mabibigyan because nakikita ng Pangulo yung...
That is one of the advantage na nakikita mismo ng ating Pangulo yung pangangailangan ng ating organisasyon. Diretsong, kumbaga hands-on siya at nakikita niya mismo yung ating mga kung magkakaroon man ng mga kumbaga kinakailangan pang idagdag doon sa mga problema na sa kasalukuyan ay na-experience ng PNP. Kasi diretso ang kanyang pagmamani, hands-on basta sa affairs ng Philippine National Police.
Sir,
Yes,
sir, may update
yes,
po
di
dun
pa.
sa 4 General.
Sa ngayon, ang yung papeles is nasa one group and then still time, wait natin kung ano ang nasa office na ng ating chief ng Philippine National Police.
So, hindi pa ako lang ako. Going back to sa sinasabi ng mga protection ng mga police, sa performance ng mga sir, ngayon kasi may regulation na tayo and then may laws na police abuses. Nangyayari pa rin. What more kapag meron ng protection yung mga police na patay? Ano bang safeguard na?
Ang aking pagkaintindi is that yung protection na yun pertains to the protection based on that particular regulation. Kung posible, enhance pa yung present protection. Kagaya ganyan. Ang isa sa mga, kumbaga, problems namin ngayon is support with regard sa legal. Kasi yung mga lawyers na available, especially sa mga kaso, that could be one. Hindi yung, even though yung isang police ay mabuso at protection, I don't think that would be the policy of the camp because he's known to be tough and definitely policemen will commit abuses, tanggal serbisyo. Sa amin is palagi namin sinasabi na kung ikaw ay lumabag sa batas, wala kang pong sa organisasyon. Much more na meron siyang dinadagdag dun sa mga benefits. Kung ikaw ay binigyan ng benepisyo, reciprocate dapat yun. Reciprocal ang tingnan natin. Kung binigyan ka ng marami akong i-demand sa'yo. Demand mo para sa trabaho. But also, you see to it na dapat maayos ang paggawa mo ng trabaho. Yun ang tinitingnan natin. But again, it's just like a simple na yung parang sa bahay, father siya na andun tumitingin sa mga anak niya na kung ikaw ay maging maayos, then definitely I'll be there for you.
So parang legal in lang naman enhance ever sa
marami pa sigurong protection in a sense protection na well, that's one. Number two is yun yan, nabanggit na niya yung sa welfare. That could be two. Equipment. So yun ang pangalawa. I-kumpletuhin niyo yung mga kinakailangan pa. Marami pang mga aspeto na dun sa word na protection could be interpreted as protection. Not necessarily na ang tingin natin ay yung isang police yung mabuso, ay protected ka dahil nandiyan. I don't think that is the concept of the protection that the president is, coming president is saying.
Sabi ni reforma, unahin yung reforma sa PNP. Sa tingin lang ba ba mga reforma sa amin?
Sa part siguro natin is of course yung meron tayong una-una is yung modernization law na pinas na natin ngayon sa legislative kumbaga sa Congress and Senate. Kasi based on the words of the GPNP, marami pa doon na pwedeng mabuhin. Just like number one is that sa training na lang, hindi na nabanggit niya kahapon. GPNP really like that, kumbaga sa kanya is yung training should be supervised by the Philippine National Police. And set up ngayon is really ang training school, the being paid is not under the Philippine National Police. We are the only country, or the organization that we are not training our own. So yun ang isa sa mga mababuhin. Yes, it's in the law. Nasa batas yun. So kailangan ng legislative agenda. Initiative, kumbaga batas yun para mabago yun.
Parang tagal na yan.
Nakikita niyo naman siguro kung gaano katagal ang pagpasa ng batas. And it is already beyond the jurisdiction of the Philippine National. We have been, for the past years, proposing that was this modernization law. And siguro nakikita niyo kung anong sistema natin. Meron kaming mga initiative and because of the system of the government that we have really to observe yung executive branch, the legislative branch, and yung judicial branch. So, dinadaanan natin yung proseso na yun. Kaya kami man, gustuhin man natin kaagad-agad ito, ay hindi rin natin basta-basta magawa because walang batas. Ano pang reforma? we want to accommodate yung mga hindi college graduate so that we can pool so many policemen to be those who are applicants to be want to be police. Kung maraming police sa kalsada, then definitely yung crime natin is malaking tulong yun, di ba? Para ma-reduce ang crime. Again, ang height nun is lalaki is 5'5", babae is 5, para bumaba ng konti. Ay, andun pa rin sa legislative initiative. Again, it will take a law. And again, makikita nyo yung
Tungkol dito sir, kasi just yung mga immediate na
immediate, wala kasing immediate, well, sa discipline, halimbawa sa internal namin, internal discipline, though we are doing that now. We're doing that now. Based also on the policy of the chief PNP. Pero ito yung tinatawag nating long term kasi yun ang isa sa mga nakaka-apekto namin sa atin. And kung sabihin naman natin na budget, equipment, again, it will take budget, take funds, man.
Sir, isang demoralization sa PNP, yung pagpili ng bagong PNP chief. Hindi naman naalis yun, dapat kampante presidente, gusto niya yung magustuhan niya. So tingin nyo, kay Digong, aalisin niya ba yung ganito? I mean, papayagan ba niya yung mga bypass na yan na nangyayari before? Proseso ba niyang susundin? Or pipili pa rin siya ng kanya?
First answer to your question, though I cannot answer in behalf of the becoming president, pero nasa batas kasi. Nasa batas na ang isang chief superintendent kagaya ko, isang one-star general, can be appointed by the president to be a chief PNP. So, nakalagay yun mismo sa batas. Tanggalin na natin yung discretion ng isang personal na, limbawa ko, okay ako sa isang official. But again, the law itself provides that ang isang chief superintendent na katulad ko ay pwedeng ma-appoint bilang chief ng Philippine National Police. The law always gives the president that discretion and authority. So, batas mismo yung nagsasabi.
Pero sir, anong effect nun sa yung mga class na dapat sila na yung kasunod? Well, kayo mga kasunod kasi kayo yung nasa loob. Pero anong feeling ng mga nabayad? Dapat siya na, kasi kung susundin yung hierarchy, so anong pakiramdam nun sir?
Kami sa organisasyon namin ay we look at it as a professionally. Objective palagi ang tingin natin. We always work for the organization. Even an underclass who will be appointed, assuming that the underclass will be appointed, ang tinitingnan natin doon yung respect ng office. Always. He is a 4-star general. I may be an upper class or whatever, kung anong maging situation, but ang tinitingnan palagi natin is respect for the office. And again, respect for the decision of the Commander-in-Chief and the Chief Executive. Yun ang titingnan natin because that authority emanates from the Commander-in-Chief or the Chief Executive. And once he decides, we should respect that palagi. Yun ang tinitingnan. And being a professional organization, we have to follow the hierarchy and the chain.
Sir, yung politika ba, well, malilesen ba? Kasi, diba, may mga reklamo din ng PNA-er, yun ang mas nabibigyan ng pabor. So, baga matagal na rin naman yan eh. Alam naman natin na reklamo yan sa PNP.
May mga ganong issue na lumalabas noon, but again, PNP naman is, sabi nga, it's an institution. Tinatanggal natin yung mga personal natin for individual grievances with regard to that. Though the leader himself will look into it because as part of his leadership skill should look into the welfare and morale of the personnel ng Philippine National, being the leader himself. Kasama yun. And yun nga, ginagawa naman yan ng mga mechanism to ensure that lahat ay magkakaroon ng kanya-kanyang position. But as always, the bottom line is right person on the right job based on merit and qualification, and not merely yung by appointment because of some influence. We always base on the appointment of the position on merit and qualification.
Pero sir, di ba, halimbawa, may mga nakitaan na rin tayo ng mga kasamahan natin sa pulis na may biases din. Di ba, alam naman natin yung bata ito ni ganyan, bata ito ni ganyan, nakabina yan, nakamaro yan. So, yun nga dahil na-identify ka na doon, na-associate ka na doon sa isang politikong yun ba'y nangyayari na kaya ako hindi na-promote kasi tao ako ni Binay or tao na sinong politiko? Nangyayari yun, sir, di ba?
Ang sabi nga namin is meron tayong board to determine the qualification and fitness of a particular officer. Napakarami ng opisyal sa Philippine National Police that are competent and skilled enough. Siguro iba magkiklaim at sabihin din natin merong ibang mga mas competent din. And I think it would be also, I think it should be best that every position should be, a person who will be placed in a particular position should be equipped with the adequate skills, and not barely because accordingly he is under that particular group. Dapat yun ang batayan. Mahirap yung palagi mag-claim tayo na dahil ganito ako. Ay marami namang, I think in fairness to everyone, yung mga pag nag-senior superintendent ka o you were already appointed as a chief superintendent, you're already qualified for a particular position.
Sir, ako pang muli na lang sa akin ulit. Sa ngayon ba sir yung usapin ng legal help from the PNP for those policemen na nagkakaroon ng kaso? Anong estado mo sir? Is it easy for the PNP to give legal help?
Yes. Kung meron kang kaso, then you can ask for help, legal advice, legal counsel sa ating mga abogado sa legal service. Yes.
Do we have sufficient number of lawyers to
sa ngayon, sabi nga is hindi pa naman talaga sufficient ang number ng mga lawyers sa atin. Actually, nadi-distribute pa sila sa mga units down the line to provide legal counsel, and iilan lang din ang ating mga abogado. Though ang iba, tulad ko personally, nag-aral tayo ng batas, and nakakatulong yun sa ating trabaho, but those lawyers na assigned sa legal services, sa ngayon kasi still we're recruiting for lawyers so that for them to join the legal service.
Pero sir, meron ba mga instances na meron nila tutulungan because of the lack ng manpower, lack of lawyers?
Depende kung wala pa akong nabalita na walang tulungan, but when you go to the legal service and ask for help, definitely they will provide. But siyempre, kung isa lang din hawakan ng maraming kaso, sa pulis kasi napakaraming kaso din tina-charge kami. So we understand also ng insufficiency of those legal officers to provide us legal advice, legal counsel, and even appearing in court. That's really one of the, I think one of the aspects that we should look into, so that our policemen in the ground will have somebody to look into them when it comes to legal process.
So may napipilitan po sila na mag-hire ng sarili nilang counsel just to defend them sa court?
Maybe some. Kasi option nila yun Option naman ng tao yun They can go. Ang panan dyan, kumbaga, bottom line is, we have a legal service. You may ask for help. But if you choose to not to and get another services of another lawyer, it depends on you. Pero andyan naman ang ating legal service.
Sir, are you convinced daw sa 75,000? 75,000 So, ito daw na
under Duterte presidency?
Yung promise ni Igong Sarda during the campaign.
Are you convinced, sir?
What do you mean convinced?
Na may bibigay.
Sir, baka totohanan ba para sa...
75,000.
Again, that is bigyan natin palagi ng chance ang mga bagong administrasyon. Do not judge people from, let us not judge those incoming administration. They have binigay na nila yung kanilang board and think that's what let us wait. On the part of the PNP, we'll be thankful for that because that's an increase.
Ayun yung celebration natin.
Seven. Oh, well. Ano ba siya?
Kung sakasakaling ano sir, wala namang umutong na police kasama.
Mawawala na escala.
Ganito again, bottom line is, ang policy is that, ang sabi ko nga kanina, reciprocal yan eh. What we give you much, we will demand also more. Sabi nga, yun ang policy doon. Binigyan ka, tumaas na nga. Ganun pang gagawin mo. Ang magiging consequence niyan is that, well, there could be some changes, especially sa penalty and sanction. Once you commit something, is definitely tanggal ka agad. But again, that is again policies that could be made in the future, and again, sabi ko nga, let's give chance to the incoming administration on what policy they will make. But it is really a welcome pronouncement for the Philippine National Police, the members of the Philippine National Police, considering that will motivate our personnel. Sabi nga, kung ang pamilya namin ay napapangalagaan ng ating gobyerno, is the more na bawat isa sa amin is mag-perform ng maayos.
Sir, nangingilaw ko ng salt for gun naman. On hand.
Mga doon sa taas kasi na-email na sa iyo.
Salt na?
Salt.
Opo.
Alam lang
May
sir,
email na ba?
bigyan
Oh, meron. Meron si Joy. May jasig na si Joy.
Pinapatanong lang ng officer, bakit ang after election, ilang buwan na pinapatuparan yung rules pa rin. Kulang pa ba?
Pinahuli kasi may nagbabayad.
I know. Thanks.
The law will, ganito yan eh, the law will be there. But the point is, even though the law is there, we will implement the law, we will arrest people, we'll even inform again now that the gun ban is effective until June 8. That's the COMELEC resolution. But again, there is a law that prohibits the carrying and possession of a gun if you are not licensed. So diretso pa rin yun, even though iba yung in-implement sa gun, but iba pa yung existing law. Again, it is a violation of law. So ang batasayan dyan, if you ask me bakit may nahuhuli pa rin, kasi pinagdadala pa rin.
Okay, last question, sir. What's your basis in even the COMELEC na bakit medyo mahaba-haba yung implementation, even though May 9 yung election, after a month pa natin?
That is provided by law. I cannot question the wisdom of the
Pero
lawmakers.
ano lang, pasok lang, pakikita lang.
That's the answer. I cannot question the wisdom of those who made the law.
Sir, kumusta na po yung status ng mga policemen na na-arrest sa
Sa ngayon, yung 2016, kagaya din nabanggit ni Chief PNP, yan din ang sinasabi ko. Once you are arrested for gun ban, automatic papayag ka sa'yo. And again, this is a bailable offense. Kasi nga, may period yun kung gaano katagal ang parusa. So pag nag-bail ka, labas ka. Assuming you bail. But tuloy-tuloy yung administrative offense. And sa administrative, yun, banggit nyo lang kanina, the word is, well, may due process, we conduct investigation, nadaan sila sa marihirin. Once they're found guilty, then depending on the circumstances, is either they will be dismissed from the service, the maximum penalty, suspended, or demoted. Kelvin?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Maraming salamat. Maraming salamat po sa inyong